Hey Deadgrinners, this is Deadgrin, and welcome to Deadgrin's Customs. Um, Today's episode is a little different. I'm just going to show you guys basically the progress that I have with the Build-A-Figures that I've gotten from the Dragon Stars line, because each wave, there's 2 waves in each series, and there's been 3 series so far. The very first one was the Shenron Build-A-Figure series. The second was the Merge Somazu series. And the latest one was the Kale Build-A-Figure. The Kale series, sorry. So I finally was able to complete my Shenron, even though that wave came out about last year. But the reason why I barely got it was because the last figure that I was missing was the base form Vegeta from the original Dragon Stars line. So I was able to collect all 6 figures, use them for various customs, and I finally was able to do my Shenron. I'm not sure if I'm just going to leave him as is, or if I'm going to try to maybe even customize him, because I want to make a lower base. This is an oval. This base comes with the Beerus Build-A-Figure, and the thing I want to display it with is my blue Black Star Dragon Balls from GT. I have all 7 of them, and I ordered those from wish.com. At least that's where I got them from. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's other ways you can get them, but I got them from Wish, and because those are my favorite Dragon Balls from the whole Dragon Ball series. The only ones that I would probably say interest me the most, besides the Black Star Dragon Balls, are the ones from Dragon Ball Heroes. They're like the red Black Star Dragon Balls that they call like some Dark Shenron or something like that. I'm not too sure. I've only seen images of them. They look cool, and the Shenron that comes with it is really cool. But anyways, yeah, like the Black Star Dragon Balls from GT are my favorite ones. I like the backstory. I like a little bit of everything that was in the GT storylines, and of course the 1-star Dragon Ball is my favorite one. It's the symbol that I use. If you guys look very closely at my channel's avatar, his what's it called? His God of Destruction clothes has a 1-star Dragon Ball on the chest piece. But yeah, so I'm thinking of maybe customizing this guy into the red Shenron from Dragon Ball GT, but I'm not too sure, not yet. Like, for now he's gonna stay as is. Maybe if I get the inspiration enough, I'll probably end up doing the transformation. But I love the way he looks. It's a pretty good figure. There's no articulation to it or anything. It's not as awesome, obviously, as the SH Figure Arts Shenron, and it's not to scale to the SH Figure Arts. But I don't really care. I just, wanted a Shenron, and it just so happened to come in with the original wave of Dragon Stars. But at the time, I didn't really know if the Build-A-Figures were gonna be something like that. Like, maybe it was this one, the first one. The second one was gonna be the one from the Namek Saga, and the last one was gonna be the newest one we saw in Dragon Ball Super, the Super Shenron, like the golden one. But yeah, so I was finally able to complete this. Took me a fucking year. I wasn't gonna pay. You see, the thing is, what I love about the Dragon Stars lines is that they're cheap. They're $20, and if you're lucky enough to find them on sale, they're even less. They can be up to $15, so that's pretty cool. And I made a promise to myself that I was never going to pay more than retail for a Dragon Stars figure, no matter how rare he is, because that's the whole point of the series. You know, it's cheap. It's a lot of the collectors that who collect the Dragon Ball SH Figure Arts characters, they always buy Dragon Stars for their kids. You know, it's that kind of you know, they're that disposable to a lot of the collectors. To me personally, I love the Dragon Stars line, and it's I love making custom figures, and it's a very affordable way to make them without breaking the bank. So that's why it took me so long to finish the Shenron. Now, the next one that I made, or the next one that I'm making or trying to finish, is my Samazu. You know, a merged Samazu, or corrupted merged Samazu, however you want to call them. I finally got all the parts except the one figure that has eluded me, and I haven't been able to find any, and every time I've seen him pop up, it's really expensive, which is the Dragon Stars Goku Black. I'm pretty sure a lot of you are gonna say that you've seen them in the store. I've never run into one. I ran into Samazu by accident one day when I went to a GameStop. I did not expect to find any Dragon Stars figures, and I ended up finding a Samazu, which is how I got this leg. But the Goku Black is the only figure that I haven't gotten. You know, I even got the extra skirt piece for another one, but I'm using that for a custom, which is why, you know, I've gotten people to ask like if I have any available parts for sale like that. Usually if I do have parts like that, I don't trade or sell them. The biggest reason is I usually end up I'm usually gonna end up using them in a custom. So yeah, you know, so sorry guys, unless I have an abundance of a figure, you know, then I'll probably end up trading or selling those parts. But you know, for the most part, I try to keep all the parts and use them in some way in one of my custom figures. Yeah, but this wave, I've noticed that this wave is actually one of the harder ones to collect, because they had these for the very first two series for a really long time in the stores. The third and the fourth wave, they didn't keep too long on the stores. Like, they came along and then they almost vanished, and we ended up getting the latest Build-A-Figure. So I've noticed that there's more figures out there in the wild for the Kale Build-A-Figure and the original Shenron. This one, I guess now that we're getting the re-release of the figures this month, which is cool for everybody who didn't get the first waves, you know. But it sucks because now, you know, this wave itself like got really lost in the shuffle, in my opinion. And it had some of the better figures, you know, like it had it had the Super Saiyan Blue Goku. You know, the torso for the Super Saiyan Blue Goku is so versatile. You can make a couple of customs with that one. You could make you know, maybe a Piccolo, if you know how to use some of the parts that you got. You can make a Hercule. You can make a Gray Saiyaman. Even a old the Super Saiyan Blue Goku could be turned into the GT Goku. You know, the one with the blue gi and the yellow pants. So, you know, like I said, so a lot of these figures, they're so versatile, man. Like, you can use a lot of their parts over and over again, just like the Vegetas. I swear, the Vegetas and the Samazus are probably the two biggest freaking most versatile figures you can use to make customs. There's so many figures with those kinds of shape. Samazu, you can use it to make a merge, a normal merge Samazu. You could use that to make like I did, Tapion. You could make a Mystic Gohan when he's training up there in the land of the Kais. You can make a Trunks that is training for the same thing. You can use it to make some of the other Kais from the other universes. You can make a Wasu out of him. You know, like I said, like that torso is so cool. And this wave had a lot of those figures, man, and even the, you know, what pisses me off is that there's so many of these figures in this wave that I wish I could have seen a lot more of in the wild, but I didn't. When I say the wild, I mean here in the stores, you know, because a lot of the times that I see people post review videos on all these Dragon Stars figures, they usually got them online. You know, they bought all 3 of them through Amazon, or all 3 of them through GameStop or something. And yeah, it's cool to get them like that, but you know, in the stores, in the wild, it's so freaking rare. And that's how I try to get them. I try to get, I make many rounds to, you know, my local Walgreens and my GameStop and my Target, just to be able to find these damn figures. Because sometimes, like I said, you can end up finding them for cheaper than they really normally are. A lot of stores offer a lot of discounts or sales or something, and it's worth it. But yeah, moving on to my last Build-A-Figure here. I still need the arm and the leg, and I think those 2 would be the Gohan, Ultimate Gohan, and what is the other one? The Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku. Yeah. So for this one, I was missing the base form Vegeta. This one is the Goku Black, Gohan, and Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku. The articulation for these 2 is kind of limited. Kale probably has the most articulation out of all 3 Build-A-Figures. And also, that's pretty cool. And the sculpt itself is awesome, man. Like, I saw somebody, I think his name is Jesse Del Santos on Facebook. He repainted his Kale, and she looks awesome, man. She looks better quality just because of the little repaint that he did. A lot of the problem with these Dragon Stars figures is they don't put as much time on the paint as they do the sculpts, I guess. And even the sculpts are, you know, subpar compared to SH Figuarts. But like I said, you get what you paid for, and you know, I don't mind having to do this myself. You know, having to repaint these figures or anything like that. It's cool. I'll do it just to be able to save some bucks. But yeah, man, like, so finally finished Shenron, and I'm still wanting to finish my 2 other Build-A-Figures. These figures, like, once I complete them, I'm never gonna trade or sell or anything. It took so freaking long, you know, for me to collect them and to make them, and it's a lot of money, so definitely not gonna sell it. And if I do sell it, it's gonna be up for a damn high price. I don't care what anyone says, because it's really hard to find these figures sometimes, and it's even harder, like, you know, to find them in your area and to be able to get them. So, but yeah, as far as the overall, I would rate this one, if I had to put it from 1 to 5, probably a 2, just because there's no articulation, and it's just basically a statue. I've seen nicer looking statues for cheaper than that one, so it's probably a 2. Merge Samazu was pretty cool. I wish it would have been just a perfected Merge Samazu and not a corrupted one, but this one's still pretty cool. I'd rate this one from between 4 and 5. I mean, between 1 and 5 stars, probably a 3 or 4, just because the face sculpt is really nice, and you know, he does look a lot like the actual anime, but articulation is very limited on that one, which is why I probably would put it between the 3.5 or a 4. And Kale, I'm gonna give her a 4 stars. Easily the best out of the 3, and she looks great, man. Like, she looks great, best articulation, and is probably the most accurate to the anime, whether it be in size or in the actual look of the character. You know, she scales well with the figures. She looks great. The articulation is a lot better. Could she be better? Of course. You know, like, people, I see people who have SH Figuarts Broly's trying to compare her to that, and they get disappointed in her size and blah blah blah. It's like, dude, you paid fucking $20 basically for each part of her. You didn't have to. you don't, you know, I mean, if you don't like the fucking Dragon Stars figures, then why the fuck are you collecting this shit? But that's just my personal opinion. So 2 stars, 3.5 to 4, definitely 4, 4.5, maybe even a 5, just because she's the best. You could tell they're getting better with each one. I really do hope that the next one, the Broly Build-A-Figure waves, are gonna be good. As far as the figure itself, Broly looks cool. I don't know how he's gonna scale and like next to the figures themselves, and I don't really know if the articulation is gonna be up there, but you know, so far so good. It looks great, and I really do hope, you know, that they keep improving. The one guy I want as a Build-A-Figure is definitely a God of Destruction Topo, man. That would be so fucking sick, just because he is gonna be as big as Broly and, you know, really fucking huge. And he looked badass. He tore the fucking tournament up when he was unleashed, man. His feats impressed me more than some of the shit that Jiren did in the tournament, just because he made people like Golden Frieza and 17 look like chumps once he unlocked that power, you know, and it took someone like Vegeta to take him down. But yeah, that's the Build-A-Figure that I'm looking forward to, is a God of Destruction Topo, and hopefully we get one in the future. But yeah, guys, this has been my showcase and review of my current Build-A-Figures and which figures I'm actually missing to complete them. So, you know, if you guys like this kind of stuff, you know, if you guys want me to make more reviews on the Dragon Star figures themselves, you know, let me know in the comment section, you know. And if you like this kind of video, please hit the like button, subscribe, share with your friends, make sure to hit that notification bell, you know. And I want to give a shout out to 12 Virus. It's a YouTube channel that has been showcasing some of the best Jack specific and Irwin figures from the Dragon Ball line from back in the day, the old school stuff. And I love his reviews, man. They're really cool. He has been showing off some of the best figures. If you guys really like that kind of stuff, like the old school figures, check his channel out. It's called 12 Virus. But yeah, so yeah, shout out to that guy. And for everyone watching this in the morning, good morning. And for everybody else, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.